So we're in a new time of 2K. It's time to adapt. Whenever 2K comes out, we have to adapt to the meta or the assigned way to score and the cheese. The cheese of every 2K, we have to adapt. And whether that takes a while or some people get it just like that, some people are faster than others, and that's just with life. But now, since the recent patch 1.10 came out, they took out the behind the back, and the behind the back was the meta for this year, the cheesy way to score. Everybody was using it, but now they took it out, so we have to find another way to score. And that starts off with the dribble moves. Now people say there's no dribble moves in this game to use, and part of that is right, because what they mean is there's no move to score. There's no real moves to create space from your defender that is easy and effective. Now, when you're changing your drill moves, right here, as you see the drill moves right here, when you're looking for new drill moves to use, the most important thing to look at is whether it creates space or how much it can create space for you when you use the move. Now, since the behind the back is gone, we need other moves to create space. That's it. Say a lot of people have been using behind the back 8. No, not behind the back, hesitation 8, since the behind the back got removed. Now that's removed, we have to move on, because this hesitation does not create any more space. It doesn't do anything for you anymore. So go ahead and take that off. Go ahead and remove Hezi 8 and put on Pro 5, because it can create more space to you. And now I'm gonna show you a few clips I'm using Pro 5 Hezi, and you'll see how much space it creates for me. And so let's move on to the size of packages. I'm using Curry because I used to use AI, but I just decided, since I'm changing some of my drill moves because the behind the back got removed, I'm about to change everything, just start off a whole new wave. So I just decided to put on Steph Curry size of package and crossover 5. See, look at the animation when I'm using it. Look at the animation right here. It's a very quick crossover. You could also use crossover 2, which is very good too. See, I use crossover 5 and crossover 2. Crossover 2 could sometimes get out of control, and it's not a very good situation. It can lead you to get ripped, but I like it. And Pro 5 I like as well. Pro 5 is more, you have more control over it. So spin, I always, I never change my spin. I never thought of changing my spin. It stays Pro 4 forever. It's gonna stay Pro 4 till 2K21 comes out. I mean, the spin is not very important to me. I'm gonna keep Pro 4 on. The Hezi, I told you, Pro 5, because Pro 8 doesn't create any space. You see, the reason people use Pro 8 was because it offered a little quick hesitation move, so you could pull off that behind the back quickly and stun your defender. But now, since you can't, the behind the back is not as explosive, and it's not as a sudden animation, sudden change of direction and change of speed, we're gonna use Pro 5 because it offers the best space. It creates the best space possible for you to get your shot off. And I tried every other one. Pro 1 is good too. Pro 1 is good too. I tried that, but Pro 5 is the one I'm gonna go with because of how much space it creates. And triple threat styles, it just doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna just show y'all a few clips of that, and we're just gonna rock out with that dribble style Kyrie Irving. This is some drill move that you could just have fun with. A lot of y'all don't play my team, so y'all don't really know why this would matter, but dribble style actually matters a lot, because in my team, if you played my team on 2K19 or 2K20, it matters what guard you have. The way Kyrie Irving dribbles, it it may be easier to dribble with him than maybe Steph Curry. You know, Steph Curry been had a history, you know, having some, I wouldn't say smooth dribble moves, but his dribble moves are kind of slower, but they're like more effective. Kyrie Irving is for them dribble heads, you know, who want to spam the dribble moves. And you know, James Harden, I think James Harden is, yeah, James Harden right here. It's just like James Harden. James Harden dribble moves are slow, but they're effective. But they might not be effective at 2K because, you know, he dribbles like that in real life. So it might not be the best dribble style you can have on this game. You might want to pick a faster dribbler like Kyrie or you know, Steph Curry. Allen Iverson is good too. My guys that play my team, Chris Paul is one of the best dribble styles because of how he dribbles. He dribbles like, and it's like a weird way, I can't explain it, but it's so smooth the way he dribbles. But for right now, I'm using Kyrie Irving. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of my clips to see what I'm talking about with the movement behind the back and all that. You'll see right here. So I just wanted to show that little clip off before we get into the main gameplay. So I'm not gonna be that long. I just want to show you how I use my dribble moves effective when I don't have no behind the back. I mean, you can still use the behind the back. It's still effective, but it's just not as explosive. So you see, I'm just hitting that between the legs. I hit that hezzy. So the good thing about this hezzy, fortunately, is that, you know, you can still shoot fast off of it. You don't have to have the whole animation play through. It doesn't have that problem where, you know, you'll get caught in the animation and you have to wait till the whole animation plays through to shoot the ball. You can still shoot quick off of it just like Hezzy 8. There's no downside to this hesitation, and it grants you more space than it ever did. With tight handles like not really being effective now, you know, we have to create space, and these hesitations right here I'm showing you create the most space possible to be really elite. You see, it's all about creating space, bro. You see, but the way I play, I always used to play like this. I always try to find my shot before I even come off the court. As you can see, when we get the ball back, just watch. As I'm bringing the ball up the court, I'm always looking for a tight gap in the defense where I can shoot from. And then there it is. I pull off my hezzy, boom, green. I'm always doing that. Whenever I'm playing against either good or bad people, I'm just trying to find my shot before I come off like up the court. That's why people say I shoot fast. I'm a fast like shooter. I pull up as soon as I come off the court. Sometimes I don't even wait for my teammates to come, you know, for my center to get in position for the rebound just in case I miss. And that's just the player how I am. I'm always looking for space. So I look at me just doing a snatch back to create that little space from him, because I know he's going to try to, you know, play me for the drive, but I actually just step back, create that little space. It's all about creating space now. Since the behind the back is here, we have to create space any way we can, and that's gonna make people play different. You know, that's what's gonna, you know, diverse the community. Is how we play now. How can your brain create space for you to score? That's how we should be thinking now. How can we create score? How could we create space to score? Again, here we playing good defense right here. I think he missed that shot low. Yeah, he greened that shot. But anyway, it's all about creating space. How can you create? What dribble moves can you do to create space? You know, 2K gave you a lot of, you know, dribble moves to use, even though they might not be very explosive. They might not be explosive to where they would stun your defender, but look for the ones that create space. The ones that create space are the ones that you should be using. Go, you know, look at your dribble moves, and, you know, if you don't like all the ones I showed you in this video, then go try to find your own. But when you're looking for some, there's not going to be any more dribble moves that are explosive. You know, like the Curry hop step from 2K16, that was explosive. That would stun your defender. Whoa, it would get him looking stupid on the court. But there's no more moves like that, so we have to, you know, transition to creating space. Something like James Harden play style, what he would used to do. You feel me? That's how we have to adapt. You know, what was the other cheese? 2K15, everybody was spamming that crossover 6 or whatever it was. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. But it would use a sudden change in direction, which would stun your defender. Every move in past 2Ks Every cheesy move worked with stunning your defender. Now we don't have that. Now we have to create organic space off the game's mechanics alone. And that's what people don't understand. So now you have to go back and change all your dribble moves, because I know you set your dribble moves up to where it would, enhance the behind the back move so you could chain moves together, but that's not the case. That's all you have to do. 2K is trying to test us to see how good we truly are. We gotta show them, man. We don't have no explosive move, no cheese. What are we gonna find? What is the 2K community gonna come together and find out what's the next cheesy move? We'll see. Or if not, how you gonna create space with your own moves? You never know. We'll see. Foolish humans.